Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Remember Living the Age of Infinity. Last time was a bit more of a serious episode. We buried the people, or we're going to bury uh, the people from the plane crash. Um, so yeah, it's a bit more of a somber moment than many of these games get. So let's find out what happened there. That moment, the corpse's arms, like those of a wax doll, broke off and crumbled. Ah. Panicking, I hurled the black hand I was holding. My spine froze. The frailty of the human body. In my act of throwing away the arm, even if you try to persuade and control it with reason, the body will still move on reflex. Once again, the acid started to well up from my throat. I fell where I stood. Tears started to flow. I went on and on about preserving their dignity, only to end up desecrating them myself. I had done something so cruel to them. I'm a hypocrite. My resolve was weak. For all my arrogance, they were just empty words. I resented my own pitiful self. Yomugi neither condemned nor encouraged me. He only remained indifferent. It may have only been my imagination, but it felt like he had given up on everything. His lack of criticism of me only knocked me down even further. The wordless corpses must be blaming me instead. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Can't quite help it, it's just... The tears wouldn't stop. Beside the place I was crouching, the wind blew. The broken pieces of those who were once human began to crumble and scatter, dancing on the wind. Our steps were heavy, but when the cabin came into view, we felt relieved. We still have a place to return to. We have a place to survive in this ruthless world below the freezing point. In front of the cabin, Mayuzumi and Uni were waiting. They come outside just to welcome us back, in spite of the cold in which they were shivering even now. Uni is waving to us, seeing that Yomugi broke into a smile. Looking triumphant, he raises his hand high, just like a child. Perhaps by doing that in his own way, he was trying to endure the sadness. Yomugi brought out the worn-out teddy bear from inside his backpack. Oh, he's giving it to Uni. That's nice. It is mostly intact. He tosses it to Uni. Catching it and holding it tightly, Uni's face shone. Luckily, it's not the TV from the game before this one. Uni hugged the toy tightly. He seemed so happy. Uni runs around the snow while dancing with a teddy bear. He is in very high spirits. And while still watching Uni, Yomugi whispered in my ear, Though I answered him thus, I couldn't recover so easily. The scene I saw at the crash site is scorched in my eyes and won't go away. Slipped past the three of them and entered the cabin. From outside the door, I could only hear the voices. That's awesome. What an awesome souvenir for her.
食料はちゃんと見つけてきたの？
君にはやらん。
なんだよ。
殴ったからだ。
あんたがくだらない冗談かますからでしょうが。わ
ーいわーい、見て見て、クマさんだよ。
貸しなさい。は
はー、何するんだよ。
ふーれふーれ。
返してよ。
Lay down on the top bunk bed. I can't laugh innocently like them. Right. I suddenly remembered I'll try listening to the VR. Maybe it contains a new message from Satoru. If there weren't any newly recorded messages, I closed my eyes. I didn't want to think about anything. The reality of the death of 27 people. The reality that I survived. Pitch black corpses, carbonized and rigid. Corpses without a face. Torsos sunk into their seats. Abdomens torn apart. Sounds like she's thinking about quite a bit of it. I mean, I say I blame her. That's not exactly something you could imagine getting out of your head very easily. Or at all. Feet hanging from branches. Their tragic shape stripped of human dignity, strewn around, run through my mind. And suddenly their faces changed into my own. To get rid of the image, I held my head and shook it. Perhaps I too had become like that. Tomorrow I might end up the same way. Yomogi behaved as cheerfully as possible. That was his utmost effort to not give up all hope. He's pretty strong, I'd say. But I tremble at the fear of death. Even more so than we thought, we're standing at the very edge of the abyss of death. I don't want to die. I want to live. I don't know how long this weather will hold out. I really hope help comes before it gets bad again. Quickly help us.
こんにちは。僕、テディベアの TV だよ。
Bora, Leslie, Uni, and the teddy bear were peeking out from under the top bunk. The round eyes of the teddy bear are looking at me and favored me with a quick bow. I don't remember him having a bear on the plane, but then again, it's been a while since I played the beginning of this. Uni smiled sweetly. My chest tightened.
かごめかごめ、後ろの正面だれ。ねえ、どうしてそんな悲しそうな顔してるの、心。
That was louder than I thought it would be. I'm sorry. My bad.
具合悪いの？
That was definitely louder than I thought it would be. I hugged Uni, who was looking at me worriedly tight.
大丈夫。
It's such a touching moment.
大丈夫。心、絶対に帰ろうね。
We have to live. For the 27 who died, we have to survive. The teddy bear that was between Uni and I began to make sounds as if pressed against their stomachs. Oh. Suddenly that cry was very far away. The teddy bear is making sounds. What is this, Chucky or something? Or the, what is the commercial with the bear? Is it toilet paper they're advertising? Or is it like fabric softener? I think it's fabric softener now I think of it. Downy? No, wait, no. Downy? No. You know what I'm talking about. Snuggles. Is that the name of the bear? But yeah, what a strange reference to make. I was standing in the field living area. Hattori was standing right in front of me. I transferred. I sighed. I hate all this. I want a break. I want to be fast asleep in my warm bed at home. Still, I'm not allowed to complain. That I know. I feel like complaining a little. Somehow I shored up my nearly withered willpower in order to check the time I made for Satoru's room. Surprised, I turned around to face Satori. Her shoulders were heaving and the breaths she took were ragged. She was tearing at her black hair and violently shaking her head. Okay, this is bad. I've seen something like this once before. Is her hair gonna turn yellow and her arms go whoosh? And her hair, and besides going yellow, her hair will go all, even the extras, well, her hair ain't spiky at all, will go spiky, and she got Kameha. Super Saiyan Hattori. This doesn't seem like it's boding very well. A scream rises from her. It's exactly the same as when she went berserk before. Hattori was visibly trembling. Now, what is she talking about before? I'm having trouble remembering if. I'm guessing she's talking about in the hospital incident that the reason that she's there is what she's talking about. I remember, but I thought that was just a newspaper article. I didn't. Any like footage or something that she saw? Senility. It is not nice. Pretty sure that it's not senility. Just really bad memory. Kind of the same thing, but not really. As though having convulsions. From behind her disheveled hair, bloodshot eyes peer out. They're not focusing. Drool dribbled from her mouth. Staggering, Hattori collapsed on the desk where the PC monitor was sitting. The monitor falls to the ground. With a beastly roar, Hattori raised the chair over her head. Oh crap! Oh man! This is bad! Wow. If I had to use a word to describe this, happiness would not be the word I would choose. That is not the look of a happy person. It's not the look of a person that you go like, hey, excellent work there, high five. So the word you use there is get the out of there. Oh man, that fail? Is this a failure state? Did I lose? Ooh, is she pissed off because I didn't help the rat properly? Where in that delicate body has she found the strength to lift a chair up with one hand? Super Saiyan. Humans in a state of mental confusion, I heard somewhere, are capable of drawing out a strength several times greater than normal. This is so-called hysterical strength. People, in order to not end up destroying themselves with their own physical strength, usually save their power. But in a state of psychological upset, cut free from their chains of reason, enters a state close to acting on sheer instinct alone. When the limiter called reason is released, one has the potential to draw a normally unthinkable superhuman strength. A bit my lip. At any rate, this can't be good. I concur. Isumi came out of the room, her eyes widened on seeing Hattori's alarming state. After stopping Isumi, I carefully closed the distance between me and Hattori. And then Hattori abruptly threw the chair. If that hits me, I'm done for. Great. Well, here's the thing, she's in Satoru's body, so it makes me think that what I would think for her would not be the accurate thing to do. Or proper thing to do. Accuracy, yeah, that's relevant. Because Satoru is bigger than she is, can see in the clicked over to see OBS. The preview thing over there. I can't see it with the game there, but he's like this bigger than her. She's like half a foot. So she wouldn't be able to dodge as well in his body, probably. But she probably has more strength than she would normally. So that is my logic and reason that I'm going to say fend it off with my hands. And I'm going to be wrong, I'm sure. I promptly fended the chair with my hand. Though pain runs through my left hand, I unintentionally ended up using my dominant arm, forgetting that Satoru's left arm was injured. Luckily, it looks like the painkillers are kicking in. It wasn't very painful, but I injured Satoru's body yet again. Hearing that maddened groaning, I returned to my senses. Hattori cried out, grinding her teeth. Burying her head in her hands, she looked toward the ceiling. Though her eyes were reflecting nothing, I hurried. In this state, there was the risk that Hattori will bite through her tongue. Didn't have any time to waste. I've got to calm her down somehow. Readying myself, I jumped at Hattori. Because I know that if somebody were to jump at me like... it's the most calming thing that can ever happen to me. I mean, whenever I need to sleep, I hire people to just jump at me, looking incredibly worried and potentially screaming. I always go to sleep fine doing that. Restraining her, I know that that's what he's wanting to do. Extended my left arm to pin her down. I said him, didn't I? I'm confused. My body didn't move the way I intended it to. I have almost no feeling in my left arm before I realized that Hattori had landed a punch on my face. Dang. My logic was incorrect, I feel. Almost staggering, I somehow stood firm and put up with it. It doesn't hurt that much. Sacking up, I measure my distance from Hattori. And Hattori incoherently swung both her hands. She throws punches in every direction. But unfaltering, I seized Hattori's wrist. She seemed so frail. No, that's not it. Because this is Satoru's body, I'm much stronger. However, no matter how strong I am, holding down a girl gone berserk isn't easy. We all know that. Moreover, I only have the use of my right hand. If I don't do this right, I'll hurt not only myself, but Hattori as well. Resolutely, I held on to Hattori's slender body tightly. I felt her violent shaking through my body as well. It was though Hattori struggled with her entire body, randomly striking my shoulders and head. Hattori's body was small. I wonder if I feel that way because I'm in Satoru's body. However, Hattori was very fragile, almost like she would break if I used any more strength. Because it's Satoru's body, adjusting the level that I use is difficult. Being careful not to hurt her, I held fast to her. Wonder how long this is going on for. Soon the screams begin to die down and her breathing quiets as well. Drained of strength in my arms, Hattori calmed down. I didn't lose. At least, him getting that much damage, or his body taking that much damage, that could affect something later. Makes me curious what would happen if I ducked. I mean, I figured that he would, that Kokoro would try to duck and misjudge it, and the chair went like, and like, well, not maybe not, but pain and agony from the head, regardless, however you want to put it. So that might have been the case. I don't know. That's my logic, that she wouldn't have been able to calculate the dodge properly, and future playthroughs will be very fun, because it's making me curious already, and I ain't even... Well, I sort of restarted the game. I mean, I did, but it was pretty early on. On the first day. That's what a pro I am. I fail on the first day. Supporting the unconscious Hattori, I take her to her room. Simi and Uni help me as well. Luckily, Uni wasn't there. And pretty shocking for him.
私、
あら、冬川さんだったの？
はい。
そう。いずれにしてもありがとう。
Simi turned to me with a kind smile. It's been embarrassing. But this is not the time to be relieved. I've witnessed Hattori's fits twice, despite my limited time in this body. Perhaps her spasms are occurring more frequently. When was her other spasm? I can't remember that. Oh, yeah! Is he talking about when he first met her? Is she talking about when she first met her? Why am I getting confused about this now? I was not confused about this before. Why do I keep saying he? Is she talking about when she first met her, when she was like, oh crap, it's in Bishkeko. Oh crap. Okay, I guess that probably is the first incident she's talking about. Kind of forgotten about that. I don't remember any other fits that she's had. Again, she might have had a fit if she's the one who was trying to hurt Satoru when Kokoro popped in that one time. Anyway, let's quit talking so much. Just get on with the game. Hattori equal Inabushi diagnosed with DID. If her mental condition becomes unstable, it wouldn't be strange for her to change personalities. And if Inabushi wakes up, thinking that, a cold chill runs up my spine.
あら、おとりちゃん、気がついた？
Blinking in surprise, she looks up at us.
おとりちゃん。
I dared to call her name, to confirm she is Hattori. She responded to my call with a slight nod. What a relief, she's Hattori. She pulled the sheets tight around herself and began to tremble again. Still tense, Hattori shook her head at us. She got up and furiously rubbed at her upper arms. She opens her mouth as if in appeal.
どうしたの？
She's trying to talk, but even though she's opening her mouth, nothing comes out.
これ
Then she
使えば
frowned. Yuri brought a notepad. After taking, Hattori begins to write with a shaky hand. Her strokes are weak. Maybe there was no strength in her hand. On the note that she handed back, only one word was written.
寒い
Cold.
の？でも
The heater in the room was doing its job, even though it should be moderately warm, but Hattori certainly seemed to feel cold. Her lips were a ghastly blue, her teeth chattering against each
暖
other.
房を強くするわ。
I just had an idea. And as you know, my ideas always are accurate to the game. And what if this was going all kind of Matrix-like here? What if... Is this the Matrix? Okay. If it was just their minds shooting around and copies of Uni, and what if that's her mind there, but her body's actually in a cold place? Which makes her think that she's cold, even when her mind things are telling her that she's not cold. It wouldn't be the first time that something similar like that had happened. I mean, in Ever 17, there was the whole, what was it, RSD? Is that the name of it? Although that couldn't affect, I don't think it could affect how you would see yourself or how you would feel. So this wouldn't be RSD, but it was close because there was that whole scene where they thought they were dying, and I think didn't they say that they would have died? That would be a pretty simple. I mean, well, the RSD specifically would be a simple fix because of that itself. But what year did The Matrix come out? Was it 2000? Yeah, okay, it was 99 or 2000, somewhere around there, because I had it on DVD. I don't think I have it anymore. Yeah, that one got stolen. Stupid people. But it was one of the first movies I had on DVD, and I got a DVD. In a DVD player, I should say. In 8th grade or 9th grade. It should be 2000, 2001. So The Matrix was out already, but then again, Matrix 2 and 3 might have been coming around when this one was done, so. Completely irrelevant information, but that is a theory. And if they could affect what their avatar could be. And didn't they actually say specifically that the brain and memories and stuff is just bits of electricity? They said something about that. I remember them making some sort of comparison like that. All speculation. That's what I like to do with these games. That would be a pretty interesting twist. And that would actually be, when you think about it, that would be an interesting thing to do. They did that on Deep Space Nine, actually, of Star Trek. I think it was Miles. Was that the engineer's name? O'Brien, yeah, O'Brien. Got put in a Cardassian prison thing, and I mean, it showed him like he was there for years and years, and he was trying to escape. And I mean, it was showing him get older. But apparently, he was actually only there for 4 days. But it was in some sort of thing they had done with his mind, kind of like that episode with Picard, actually, very similar, where the time felt like it was going different. So it's not quite the same, but it would be an interesting solution to people who were not completely fit for society, that are a danger of society, if they could be inserted into kind of a virtual world. Of course, this got its own set of inhumane things, and it definitely would be a controversial thing for very good reasons, but it would be something. So if they've all been deemed psychologically unstable, I mean, that would actually be a thing. And if they were in one of these worlds, Anyway, I better quit speculating. I think I've been doing this for how long? 6 minutes, 7 minutes, just not moving forward. You know what? I better end this before I just keep talking. I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna take the keys out of this episode and let the engine cool, and that would be a pretty interesting idea for this. Whether that's what they go for, I don't know. I'm just saying that would be a cool twist if that's what it is. Because that would be a pretty interesting thing. As I keep saying, I'm going to shut up. I do hope you folks enjoyed this episode of Remember 11. So I will see you in the next one. Farewell there.